chapters in the lab manual, chapters 10 through 23, omitting chapter 20. And microscopic specimens on the left, on the right, gross specimens. Chapter 10, we have just the sheep part. 11 is the fetal pig circulatory system. 12, no gross specimen, just the blood smear and the blood vessels, which we used the lung for, but I could use any tissue to show you arteries and veins. You need to recognize them anywhere, and I will always show you one in the context of the other. I ask you about an artery, there will be a vein nearby, and vice versa. Number 13 was the respiratory system of the fetal pig. 14 was the lung slide. We will not be doing the spirometer. That will not appear on the practical. Kidney, both microscopic for a rat's kidney and a sheep's kidney, and gross for that one. 16 was the cross-section of compact bone, called ground bone, but the tissue is compact bone, tissue type, and cartilage. And there is, on the gross specimen side of chapter 16, we have the actual hemisected femur, and also the full-scale model of the skeleton. That's what would appear on the final. I probably would have just the full-scale model of the skeleton. The chapter 17, just smooth and striated muscle. You remember that cardiac muscle will not be on it because it really doesn't show up. Its distinguishing features are not distinguished on these slides. Number 18, we have 4 endocrine slides: the pituitary, the thyroid, parathyroid, the adrenal, and the pancreas. Now you notice I have something on the gross side, and that is, you remember in the sheep brain, the pituitary gland is visible. So that's on the brain specimen. You should be able to recognize the pituitary gland. So I guess that's technically a chapter 18 item. 19, the mammalian and frog spinal cord, and the frog ganglia, the motor neurons and motor end organs also, and gross specimen, the sheep's brain. Number 21 was the fetal pig male and female reproductive system, or genito-urinary systems, if you will. Number 22, that is the testis and epididymis, one slide, and then the ovary in 2 phases of the cycle, follicular and luteal. And finally, number 23, the one we just did last week on the starfish development. So, well, you can take those down, or you can snap a photo of it, whichever you like. We can start looking at these slides. We'll do the slides first, and then with what time we have left, hopefully we'll be able to do reviewing some of the gross specimens.
I'm taking a videotape for an entire lecture.
Right on the line, anyone? Your
But
toes are 3 inches over the
coming
line.
So I was blocking.
Hope you don't mind.
No,
I just
it's
need to
fine.
sit down while I sort through these.
Yeah,
blood.
I was gonna say I'm taking your written notes, and I'll just give this to you once she puts it up. I have to get it from Willow.
Okay, so start with the blood smear. Start with plugging this in.
It's pretty very helpful.
Yes, it will. Okay, let's go. Oh, I Why are we not? It's off. Turn it off. Oh. What do you think that is? Looks like blood.
The blood smear.
That's a blood smear.
Okay.
Most of those cells are
Red blood
cells or erythrocytes. Ah, perfect. Now, if I may very well have a slide like this, and I'll be pointing. If I point to that, you'll say that's a
white blood cell.
what kind of white blood cell?
Leukocyte.
What kind of leukocyte?
Monocyte. It's a monocyte.
No.
Eosinophil.
No.
No.
It's not
probably an
mostly-
eosinophil actually, but
Yeah?
I would just call that one of the polys.
Guess.
It's a polymorphonuclear, right? Many
It's a
shaped nucleus.
polymorphonuclear stuff.
Right, polymorphonuclear, and that on the right you have a lymphocyte.
So be a polymorph.
Those are the three types of blood cells that I want you to be able to recognize. Red blood cells. Hi, Mom. Am I on TV?
So red blood cells.
Huh?
Okay, yeah.
Red blood cells, white blood cells, and red blood cells, polys and lymphocytes among the white blood cells.
Polys just have a weird shaped nucleus,
Yeah, that's what polymorphonuclear means, many shaped nucleus.
and they're not mostly nucleus.
No, that's
That's
what a
what
lymphocyte is. No, they have a lot of cytoplasm. Lymphocytes do not. Okay, and they both function in what? Immune cell. Yeah, right. They're immune. Yeah, if you just say that they're immune.
Wait, what did you say?
They function in what?
These are
The
actually
functions for these
phagocytes,
is
huh?
for the functions for these is for
Yeah,
these.
these are immune phagocytes. They're basically blood macrophages.
So they function for immunity.
Yeah. These have to do with antibody generation. They're either memory cells or they give rise to plasma cells. So the lymphocytes have to do with making antibodies, and polys are basically blood macrophages. Amoebas like. Okay. All right. So are we done with blood?
Yeah. And the red is
You taking a video or oh, okay. That's huh.
red is oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange.
What?
The red blood cells.
Red blood cells.
Yeah.
No, it's just they carry oxygen.
Oh, they carry. on.
Yes, carbon dioxide is actually not carried by red blood cells. It's carried in solution as bicarbonate ion.
Carry oxygen.
Yes. So, okay, blood cell, lung. Okay.
I can't believe it. We're having this exam in like 48 hours.
Something like that. Oh, we're already on high power, so these are,
That looks like.
that's a nice big alveolus, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to more friendly. Yeah, each of these round things is an alveolus. You see, there's just a single layer of cells defining it. And that's a nice, healthy lung, right? Aha! What's that?
Filter.
And that.
Oh, I thought it was.
Remember? Oh, yeah, we did find that.
Yeah, there's like a filter in it.
That was the smoker's lung. I will not ask you about smoker's lung. That's why it's not on the board. I really want you to be able to identify the normal things. I think they throw that in for effect so that you don't smoke because you see how it wrecks your lungs. Anyway,
It's the bronchus.
the bronchus. And that's the Brooklyn, the Coney Island.
Wait, point. The big circle
This
thing.
is a bronchus or bronchiole. I mean, the
Okay.
only difference between bronchus and bronchiole is size. If this were a human lung, that would be a bronchiole.
Okay.
Maybe.
Now, what's nice about this slide is we also use this as an example for this and this. In the microscopes, your microscopes, they actually will both fit in the field under low power.
So which one is which?
That
So the one
one,
in the-
that's the artery,
That's an artery
and that's a vein.
That's a vein.
The flatter one is a vein, the
Flatter one with thinner
circular
walls
one.
is always going to be a vein. Now, I
The
may use the
circular one
lung
with
for
the
that. I
thicker
could
one.
use another tissue. I might find the pancreas has a very nice artery and vein.
But they all look the same, like it's.
They're all going to be
it-
arteries are arteries and veins are veins. How do you know if it's a blood vessel? It has blood in it, yes. So you know what a blood smear looks like.
Arteries have a thicker wall.
Yeah, and the thing is, it can be difficult to tell arteries from veins if you don't see the context of the other. Now, an air pipe has air in it, which stains what color?
White.
None, right? It's air, it's invisible. Except maybe in Mexico City or Los Angeles certain times of the day. But, so you know that's an air pipe, and you can see the walls of the air pipes are different. You also notice that this is a good sample of another kind of tissue. I could use the lung as a sample of cartilage. Yes. So what kind of cells are those? Chondrocytes. Yes.
Chondrocytes, okay.
That's cartilage.
It's a credit for.
Okay.
That's cartilage.
So that's
The
gonna
whole
be,
thing.
that's a chapter 16 question. Cartilage looks like that. There's another slide. It may look similar to that. You know, they all look roughly the same. But that's the key thing about cartilage is you have this sort of uniform pinkish purplish stain. Most of the material is not in the cells, but between the cells. That's a hallmark of connective tissue. Okay? Good? Tell me if you don't want me to move on yet for any of these things. Anybody? Next we have, so that was lung. Next we have kidney. Let me see if I can find myself a kidney. Kidney. Let's see.
Can I
Kidney
upload
is
on the
gonna be-
Dropbox?